How's everybody doing? Sully 138, and I gotta say, I feel super fucking fantastic, guys. I've been sick for like weeks, like 2 weeks, anyways. I'm still sick. I'm still congested a little bit, and I still got it in my throat a little, but I feel 100 times better. Like I feel like I can go rob a bank and get away with it right now. I feel great, physically, and mentally. I'm doing a lot better too. So you guys been asking for a trade. A lot of you guys been asking me for a trade pile the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been able to put one out because I've been getting so many new players. And this week isn't going to be too spectacular. I said in my last video I was going to put out a big one, but I think I'm going to wait till next week because I still got a lot of players to try out before I decide who I'm going to move. And trust me, the next one will be a lot better. There's a couple solid players in this trade pile, um, but it's not as crazy as I was hoping it would be. So let's get to it. So these guys I'm just trying to sell, whatever. I'm not trying to really trade them unless somebody wants to put in a trade for them, but I don't think you have much time. So whatever. They're really nothing special. Just trying to make some quick pucks and get some change team cards or something. So the first guy we got on here is Johan Franzen. Solid power forward in this game. The 90 rate is just unbelievable. He's got a fantastic shot, whether you're taking a snapshot, wrist, or a slap shot. His slap shot is a blaster, and it's accurate too. He's got a pretty accurate shot, but when it comes to taking wrist shots, he tends to hit the post a lot for me. But that's better than going wicked wide right or wide left. His wrist shot's pretty decent. It's still got some power to it. But he's got a great shot for a power forward. He's got a nice lift to the puck, and a lot of power forwards don't seem to get too good of a wrist shot, a snapshot when it comes to taking shots. Usually it's you got to take those wicked hard slap shots to get any production out of them, with the exception of like Sochi, JVR or Pacioretty, and but Franzen's got a nice, beautiful shot. So he's definitely a guy I wanted to hold on to, but I got so many power forwards, and they're doing big things for me. So Franzen's expendable, and I'm not a big Franzen fan in general. I tend to keep cards that I'm fans of and that fit my. He definitely fits my style of hockey for sure, but I don't know. I just got so many new players, and I'd rather give Franzen to somebody that really appreciates him. So he's available for trade, and all the buy now prices are set to 20K over their last price sold, just so I don't end up auctioning off these cards, so I can put them back in my collection if we don't make a trade for them. You know what? Fuck this. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but I'm gonna force myself to. Let's go Google it real quick. I should be doing my goddamn research before I let's see, Jurgensons. Is that how you say it, Jurgensons? I really don't want to butcher it. Huh. Look at that. It's the first option that comes up when you put in. It doesn't say how to pronounce it, though. That sucks. Well, he's this. I think I paid 42K for buy now price for this card. It was the cheapest one on the market at the time. His last one sold for 43 or 44K, I think. Two-way forward. Believe this is a Sochi card. He plays for Buffalo, right? Yeah, it's a Sochi card. I bought him with the Florida change team card on it, so I couldn't get the one that had the flag on it. My apologies, guys. And I didn't put a Boston change team card on him because I bought a lot of new players and just didn't feel like paying 6K for a goddamn Bruins change team card. You guys should shoot yourself, whoever's doing that. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But you know what I mean. He's a speed burner. I think he's got a 92 skate, but I boosted him to a 99, and I gave him a 96 shot. I believe his regular shot is a 80. It's either an 80. I think it's an 88, or it could be an 89, but I'm pretty sure it's 88. He's got 85 hands, 92 check. I didn't even touch his check. He's got an unreal check, and I didn't touch his check, right? No, I didn't touch his check. He's got a 92 check. Not bad for a guy who's 6'1". I think he's 191 pounds. 190. Left-handed shot, 88 defense. He's a guy I put on the third line. I boosted him just to see what he was like with the training and durations, but never used it. As you can see, he's still got 16 games left. And whoever wants to trade for this, you have an opportunity to make them all 99s. He's got 9 training slots. I only used 2 of them, and one was obviously for the skate and the other for the shot. I really don't have a review for him because I only used him twice unboosted, and it was on my 4th line, so I rarely used him. But he's got speed for days, and he can lay the big hits too. Yandel, one of my favorite offensive defensemen in the game. Haven't used him in months since I got rid of Seabrook. The first time I had Seabrook. And so he's expendable because I got a lot of new defensive players. And when I get new players, a lot of these guys get pushed to the bottom and just waste away in my collection. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather give it to somebody who can enjoy him. So Yandel's a really solid offensive defenseman. There's a lot of offensive defenseman guys that you can get that have an 89 defensive rating or better. He's got an 87 defensive rating, but still plays amazing defense. I don't know what his categories are low in for Yandel, but he plays phenomenal defense, and he's played real solid for me every time I used him. And I would love to keep him, but I just don't have the room for him. He's got an amazing shot, great hands for a defenseman, and he's got that 89 skate. His 84 check is, I don't know why it's so low, because he can lay a big hit for a little offensive defenseman. I don't know if he's little, but 6'1", 190. No, he's not little, but he still lays a big hit. I don't know why the check's so low. A lot of these cards, the ratings are weird because you still get monster hits out of some of these guys with the low check rating. So we got Chris Kunitz. I got him for under the quick sell price, and his last card sold for $30K. So I think I got a pretty solid steal out of that. I haven't used him yet. Really haven't used him. I had him a long time ago when he first got introduced for Team of the Week, or Hot Live, Star of the Week, whatever you want to call him. And I had him on my fourth line. I had him for 2 games, and he scored 2 goals for me. So not bad for a fourth line player. He's got the production there. But I really don't know how solid he is. I mean, as you can see, he's got pretty low ratings for a Hot Live card. But the only reason why I grabbed him is because of the monster season he's having for Pittsburgh. And I appreciate players like that. So two-way forward, definitely doesn't have the solid two-way forward ratings that you'd like to see in a Hot Live two-way forward. But again, it's Chris Kunitz. I don't know. He might play a lot different than what his ratings represent. And I wish I can give you a review on him, but I haven't used him much. We got Saku Koivu, easily one of my favorite centers in the game. The milestone. He's only an 85 rated, but look at his ratings: 89 skate, 89 shot, 89 hands, 85 check, 89 defense. This is a guy I have no problem putting on the penalty kill on my first line, whether it's a 4-line or 3-man penalty kill. Easily could be for anybody. It could be a first line, second line, third line center. I prefer to have him on the third or fourth line. Because when it comes to shooting the puck, he's got the shot's there, the power's there in his shot. It's just it's not going in. But he's an amazing playmaker, and he's also great at the faceoffs. And he's small too, so it's weird. He's a small guy, but he's monster at the faceoffs. He's got speed. I don't know what the 89 skate for. Maybe it's balance or something, but he's got the speed. That's for sure. He's really fast. His shot's there. His hands are there. And he's also one of those guys. He reminds me of like Bergeron with the saucer passes. His saucer pass is really accurate. And his defense is unreal. He's forced a lot of turnovers and made big plays for me in penalty kill situations. A lot of short-handed opportunities. And it's just a great, solid all-around center. Teemu Selanne is a Sochi card. I just got him, I think, last week or he's definitely last week. It was during the fire sale, and when the market crashed. He's got an 89 skate, 90 shot, 90 hands, 86 check, 88 defense. His 89 skate seems faster. I know it's all different categories, but it seems faster than advertised. His 90 shot's impressive. It's really amazing. He's got some power to his snapshot, his wrist shot. Really haven't tried him with the slap shot. I like taking snappers or wristers with snipers. It's just how I play. 90 hands, 86 check, 88 defense. So you can put him anywhere. You can put him on the power play, penalty kill, first line, second line, third line. Solani's definitely a second line or a third line sniper for me. Not anything lower than that, that's for sure. But preferably second line. Zuccarello is a player of the game. He's really fast, and he's like fucking tiny. He's 5'6", right? Yeah, 5'6", 179 pounds. Got a left-handed shot. He's got 90 skate, 89 shot, 90 hands, 80 check, 85 defense. This guy is a breakaway fanatic. Always causing a lot of turnovers with his speed, even though he's got a low defensive category. But you get that speed, and someone's taking a shot from the point. Forget about it. He's gonna poke that right off, and he's off. He's off of the races. He's gone. And he's got that nice shot to go with it. So you'll get a lot of short-handed goal opportunities with Zuccarello, that's for sure. Hemsky is really underused in this game and underrated, and a lot of people stay away from him because of his price because his price is so cheap that people think they're not going to get production out of him. He's got an 87 shot. His shot's really not impressive at all. He's definitely somebody I wouldn't. He's definitely not a first option at taking a shot for me, and I prefer not to take a shot with him unless I have to. But what this guy does is he opens up the ice for me and makes huge plays with his passing. He's a phenomenal passer. He's got the 91 hands. 87 shot, 89 skate. So I use his speed and his hands to open things up and make big plays. And he's been phenomenal for me on the wing as far as being a playmaker. And then we got Milestone Alfredson. Alfredson is just his milestone card is the best Alfredson out there. I've tried the Sochi, I've tried his gold, I've tried everything. I think there's only 3 different types of Alfredsons out there. Oh no, he's got another Hot Live card too. I think it's like an 85 rated one or something like that. But this one has speed, and he's got the shot. I mean, this Alfredson scored goals for me, and is accurate too. And he's got the 90 hands and 87 check, 90 defense. So he's really solid whether you put him on the power play or penalty kill. He's beast at both. They have him listed as a playmaker, but plays like a solid two-way forward as well. You know what I mean? He plays great on both sides of the ice. So. And he's cheap too for a milestone card with great stats. He goes really cheap. His last card sold for 25. I think it was 25K or something like that. So definitely not a bad option to have on the playmaker, especially if you're an Alfredson fan. This is one of his better cards. Again, I'm sorry guys for not putting up too many spectacular cards for you. Well, not really any, besides with the exception of Franzen. Zuccarello's pretty special, and Yandel. I mean, all these cards are pretty solid in their own ways. They all have their unique unique ways to play, and I use them for how I've got to know them. You know what I mean? Whether they're solid playmakers, or all around players, or whatever. These are honest reviews. So the exception, I don't really know much about Kunitz and is it Jurgensen's? Am I saying that right? But I don't know much about those two guys because I never really used them. Or if I did use them, they were on the 3rd and 4th line. Didn't really make any get too many touches with them. So I know I said I was going to put out a big trade pile, but that's coming, guys. Trust me, it's coming. Probably next week, I'm going to use up all 30 trade slots. Fit as many cards as I can go on here, and I'm probably going to put all my best players in there and give everybody an opportunity to better their lineup or get some cards they want to try. And next week, if the trades don't look good, they easily go back to my collection. A lot of guys have they may not be great to you, but they've been playing incredible for me. So let me get you guys to the team. All right. Let's see. All right. So, all right. First line, I got Marlowe, Kessler, Sochi Kessler, and Tyler Seguin. Sochi Kessler has been so unreal for me, and you guys who've been subscribed to me for a while might find this as a shock, but I sold Joe Thornton, the fucking heart and soul of my team for the last, since I've had him, since we opened him up in a pack. And he was my captain. He was very clutch, scored goals for me all the time, was automatic. Was really great at tying the game up and swinging the momentum and scoring a lot of goals in overtime or scoring the game-winning goal in general. Phenomenal battling in front of the net and hitting those one-timers like the defensive players didn't even have sticks. You know what I mean? Joe Thornton was a beast. But this Sochi Kessler has been so impressive for me. And I didn't want to have Thornton out there because I got some other centers that I prefer to have out there. If I didn't have Kessler, Thornton would still be on my team. Kessler got the captain stitch on his sweater. He's been amazing. And you know how some cards, when you put a captain card on them, it really doesn't make a fucking difference. I mean, it might make them faster and it might give them a harder shot and everything like that, but it doesn't. The accuracy's not there, and their defense is still screwy. Or if you boost their shot too much with the captain card, the accuracy is just god awful. But Kessler's just been phenomenal, and he's been making Joe Thornton like plays for me in front of the net. But the difference between Thornton and Kessler is Kessler's 10 times faster and his defense is 10 times better. And Kessler can lay the big hit like Thornton could. Thornton had the better hands. Thornton had I think he had a 92 hands, and maybe that's just with the captain card. I'm not too sure, but Thornton definitely had better hands than Kessler for me. And Thornton, as far as taking like the snapshots. Thornton had a better snapshot and scored more goals for me. But Kessler right now has been on fire. He's been hitting those one timers for me. He's also been hitting those wrist shots for me, which is important to me. Like Thornton really couldn't hit the wrist shots. He could hit the snapshots and the slap shots, but the wrist shots just would never go in for me. They seemed a little slow. But Kessler's got that, and he's been hitting those opposite side wrist shots for me, and I've been having a lot of fun with him. He's been playing really well with Tyler Seguin and Patrick Marleau. Another combination I like using is Kessler and Louis Eriksson. Like Louis Eriksson, I love Louis Eriksson, and I've had his Hot Live card for a while. We gave one away. We've traded a couple of them, and I grabbed them back because it was like 15 to 20K cheaper than his starting price at the buy now price. So I picked them up again. And Eriksson seemed to be revitalized with Kessler playing at center. Like Eriksson's been scoring a lot of goals for me from feeds from Kessler, and they're really impressive together. And when Marleau, I'm boosted. I've never tried him boosted before. I want to see how he plays. Hopefully, he didn't screw up his shot too much. And that means I probably won't use Marleau for a long time because I like to use him boosted cards and training cards in playoffs. I don't waste them on Hot Live online seasons or whatever. So, Louis Eriksson would probably end up on my first line again. Another good combination is player of the game, Marchand and Kessler. They're pretty solid together too. But I just like to get the 99 chemistry link, depending on who's on the lines, because I don't like Marchand and Seguin together too much unless I don't know. I got to try out a sniper or a power forward center. But the Myers and Hedman. I mean, it's Myers, Hedman, and Johnson are my first two-line defensive lines or whatever, and they're just bone crushers. But they're not just bone crushers. Like they got the speed to go with the big bodies. They got the shots to go with it, and the goal scorers too, and they play phenomenal defense. It's probably the best defensive line I've ever had in Hockey Ultimate Team since NHL 12. So I got Raskin net with Bishop as the backup. So I picked up player of the game Marchand and player of the game Stepan in this last week. I think Stepan's new this week as well. He might have been in last week's video. I'm not too sure. But these guys have been amazing together. And believe it or not, player of the game Stepan and Blake Wheeler are a big 1-2 scoring punch. I don't know what it is. These guys probably have the most amazing chemistry out of any players I've had so far in this game. And I really didn't expect that coming from Blake Wheeler. I mean, I remember getting a gold Blake Wheeler and a free pack at the beginning of the game. When the game first came out, he was like the first big free pack guy I got I can't even talk, but you guys know where I'm getting at. But Blake Wheeler and Stepan have been so good together, and Marchand fits on this line perfectly. But the player of the game, Marchand, really could fit anywhere. He's just a spectacular player, and I definitely recommend picking him up, as well as player of the game, Stepan. Stepan, I could see people being hesitant about him because of his size and speed. Well, I mean, some guys, I don't know, some guys just prefer to have bigger bodies on the center position, or go for players that are a lot more known than Stepan. But this player of the game, Stepan, is something special. Phenomenal playmaker. Not too great at face-offs. He wins some of his face-off battles, but he's definitely, if I'm in a crucial situation and I need to win a face-off, whether it's in my offensive or defensive zone, Stepan is the last guy I want taking that face-off opportunity. I'll put in Kessler or not even Pavelski. I put in Krejci over Pavelski and Stepan. But his playmaking, his scoring, his hands, his defense, everything's just amazing about this card. And Marchand's been a beast too. He's got a 90 check, but trust me, he's like rubber when it comes to putting on the check. He really doesn't lay any big hits. He'll catch somebody off guard, but when it comes to like trying to lay somebody out that's facing him, he seems to bounce off of them. And this is the Johnson & Johnson duo. So I definitely recommend these two cards. But I would try to find one that's probably 10K cheaper, 15K cheaper than the one that's being sold. That's what I did. Because I don't think, with the average asking price, I think is a little too high in my opinion. So if you can find one 10 to 20K cheaper than what the average asking price is, I would grab them in a heartbeat. That's just my opinion though. JVR is easily a first-line left wing for me. He's phenomenal, but with the additions of Marchand and how Kessler plays with Marleau and Louis Eriksson, they earn the first-line spot for me. But JVR's been really impressive and scored a lot of goals for me. He's like in my opinion, he's got a better shot than Johan Franzen because his wrist shot's got a nice lift to it, and his snapshot's got a nice lift to it as well. But they're accurate. I feel they're a lot more accurate, and he's got the blaster for a slap shot too. I don't know who. I think Franzen might have a harder slap shot, but Van Riemsdyk seems to get it done with the slap shot as well, and scores a lot of goals for me. Pavelski and JVR are just another amazing duo together. They play phenomenal together, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. I added Nyquist to the right wing because of the solid month. He's been having a solid season. Probably easily the best player in hockey right now as far as his performance in just the last month. The guy's been automatic. Bacon Country put it best on Twitter. Nyquist is like having a cheat code. You know what I mean? He's just in the NHL. Nyquist playing for the Red Wings. It's like the Red Wings having a cheat code on the ice. He's been unreal. We got Dougie Hamilton matched up with Phaneuf. I just picked up Phaneuf at a $35K buy now price. Don't hate me, guys. That's like probably like $30K cheaper than what his asking price is going for right now. Anyway, 20K the least, I think. So I definitely got a solid steal out of this. I think this is his best card out there. His HFC card. I'm pretty sure that's his better than his gold one. And I don't know if he's got a Movember one, but this is definitely the higher rated Phaneuf. And I normally wouldn't go for Phaneuf. I definitely wouldn't buy him this year. I just think there's better defensive players out there this year. But I couldn't go wrong with the price, and I can easily flip him and sell him if I get rid of him soon. So I'm going to see how he performs. I added a skate to him. Not that he needed it. He had an 88 skate, and I got the plus 2 all coach in there. So, I mean, his speed's already there. But I'm just a little nervous about his 86 defensive rating. I don't know how he's a two-way defenseman in this game with the 86 defensive rating. Hopefully he plays some solid defense. It looks like he's got more of an offensive defensive player categories than a two-way defenseman. But I don't know, we'll see how he plays out. And you guys, maybe you can tell me in the comment section how he does defensively. Line 4, Sharp, Krejci, and Eriksson, all guys who can easily be my first line. So not a bad fourth line to have. I'd rather play with fourth line players, but I'm just also like to have fun and put out my my favorite players, my favorite team together. All right, so new players. Daniel Briere is brand new. I picked him up last night. Really like him on the wing. I haven't tried him out at center yet, his natural position, but I put him on the right wing, and he played phenomenal for me. Amazing playmaker. And he's got the shot to go, too. So this is a really solid card, and he goes cheap for a milestone card. I definitely recommend him. If you buy the cheapest one on the market for sure. But really solid player, and I enjoy using him a lot. And I always enjoyed Daniel Briere. He seemed to be a Bruins killer when he played for Philadelphia, and especially during the playoffs. Like Briere was a one-man show out there sometimes with his skills because he had the speed, he had the hands, he got the shot. Just an amazing playmaker, and you can snipe it too. So I really like this card a lot. I'm enjoying him a lot. I got rid of the 85 Grabner, Sochi Grabner, picked up the 87 Sochi Grabner. Definitely a lot faster. His hands are impressive. His checking and defense isn't there, but the speed makes up for it. He can go use the speed to poke check the defensive player taking a shot from the point or whatever, and cause a turnover and a breakaway opportunity. But his shot isn't as accurate as I like it to be. He does get a lot of decent, accurate shots, but he also, like in clutch situations, he tends to overshoot it, and it goes wicked wide left or wide right, and it gets annoying. I love Berglund, just haven't been able to use him because of the other centers I have. But this guy's a top-notch center. I definitely recommend Berglund too. If you find the cheapest one on the market and grab him, he's awesome. He's got the speed. He's kind of like 6'4", 218. That's like Joe Thornton-ish as far as center goes. He's got a big body, so he's good at making those plays in front of the net. But on top of it, he's a body wrecker. He makes a huge checks, causes a lot of turnover. He's got that 89 defense, so I could put him on the first line. I could put him in crucial power play situations and the penalty kill. He's just a solid all-around center. And I'd rather have Berglund than Bergeron at this point. That's how good Berglund plays, and he wins a lot of his faceoffs too. Not like Bergeron, but his percentage is definitely a little bit over 50% for me, if not a lot better than that. I don't know. I seem to be really good at face-offs for some reason. My time is just there, and you can ask anybody who's played me. I'm not as good as with face-offs in verse play. For some reason, the timing seems a lot different in verse play than Hockey Ultimate Team. So I don't know why that is. I could be wrong. All right, so new cards. I know I showed you this last week, but Tarasenko is easily one of the most underused or underrated players in this game, the Sochi one. He's scored a lot of goals for me. This guy's really cheap, and if you can't afford a sniper that you always wanted and need a solid sniper, I'm telling you, Tarasenko is really cheap for a Sochi Hot Live card. I think you can get him for under 20K. I know I did. That might have been during the fire sale, so it might be a little bit more. It might be over for 20K. I haven't looked at his market price. But this guy's automatic. He scores a lot of goals for me. He's got a wicked awesome snapshot, too. His snapshot just seems to be automatic for me. All right. New players. Where are you? I might have them out there already. We'll see. I don't see anybody yet. I might not have any more. Oh, Lars Eller is a new player. I had him before, but he was always boosted, so I never really used him. And I didn't even use him in playoffs because I had better players that were boosted at the time. But he really impressed me, and I think I'm going to convert him to a winger because he's terrible at faceoffs. That's just my opinion. I seem to lose a lot of faceoffs with him. His 88 skate isn't bad at all. His 88 shot isn't bad. His hands is decent, but just as he plays in the game without looking at his ratings, he plays amazing. He's a solid playmaker, and he's got a decent shot, too. He's definitely a guy I wouldn't mind taking shots with, even if I had guys with better shot and better hands that could get the job done. If Lars Eller's got an opportunity, I'll take it with him, no problem. He's a decent card, and he's going really cheap, a lot cheaper than he was going for during the whole season. Like, I think his average base price during the regular season was anywhere from 35 to 45K, and you can easily get him in the teens right now. So definitely recommend picking up Eller if you need a solid center that can make big plays for you, because he goes for under 20K, and he's not a bad card to have for that price. So there's all the new players. There's the honest reviews for you guys. And I don't think there's any guys that I picked up this week that were that I wish I didn't put the pucks in. So everybody was pretty good so far. The only guy that I regret paying the pucks for is Hagelin. He's phenomenal, but he's like a rag doll out there, you know. And when you pay a lot of pucks for a player, you don't want him fucking being bounced out of the arena on every single hit. And it's easy to bump the puck off of, even with those 90 hands. I think the 90 hands is just for his playmaking abilities, you know, his deacon or whatever. But he's really easy to bump loose from the puck, just like the 90 rated Martin St. Louis was for me too. Like St. Louis was really easy to bump the puck off of, and you know, when it comes to guys like that, that's when I turn around and sell them back, because they're just I'd rather have guys who can take the hits and still manage to be able to make a play, even if they get a stick lift and get the puck back. But Hagelin gets knocked down so easily; he doesn't have time to get back up and try to get the puck back, and that's annoying to me. And St. Louis was the same way. And that's probably why I don't like St. Louis. He was an incredible playmaker for me. Really didn't have the scoring punch that I was looking for, like St. Louis really has, even though he hasn't done anything for the Rangers yet. But I mean, let's face it, he's a phenomenal player, and he's had a lot of special seasons for Tampa Bay. So there's the team update, and I'll show you guys the trade pile real quick. Just show you the players real quick that are available, and we'll end this. So again, we got Johan Franzen. Is it Jurgensen's? I'm sorry if I'm getting the name wrong. It sounds like the fucking lotion that you masturbate to. We got Yandel, Chris Kunitz, Saku Koivu, Teemu Selanne, Zuccarello, Hemsky, and Alfredsson. So this is a PlayStation 3 trade only. Team name is Boston Strong. The words are spaced. And this is running for 3 days. I'm going to tweet out when I'm going to start accepting and rejecting trades. Usually I let my trade piles run for 2 days instead of 3 days, so I can get the video out to you guys. And so if you're not following me on Twitter, I suggest you do so you can so you guys can follow when I'm releasing these videos and when I'm accepting trades, and I'm also always looking for players. So it's a good way to interact with me if you want to make trades during the when I'm not making videos, or if you want to play or whatever. It's all up to you guys. But my Twitter handle's at Sully138, spelled exactly the same as my YouTube and my PSN. And I reply to everybody. And if I don't reply to you, it's either because I'm sleeping or I'm off with the kids doing something with the kids. But I still get back to you no matter what. Even if it's a day later, I'll still get back to you. So I'm always answering my DMs and replying to my tweets. So if you guys want to follow me, that's when you'll find out when my videos are coming out and when I'm accepting and rejecting trades and et cetera, et cetera. So I hope you guys had a kick-ass weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll be talking to y'all soon. I'll be back with the Trade Pile video in a couple days. This is Sully138. Peace out.